From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 3rd, 2017. Silver is trading at $16.04 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,151 per ounce. Bitcoin is trading at 1.26 cents, and the average price of Bitcoin is $1,031. Antiwar.com reports details are still being worked out on the upcoming Syrian peace talks to be held in Kazakhstan. The talks are to happen sometime in mid-January, and there will be no preconditions for anyone's participation, but talks trying to iron out the last details are on hold. That's because while the ceasefire is mostly holding, ongoing disputes over whether or not the Nusra Front or a party to the ceasefire continue to rile the rebels, and rebel groups have withdrawn from participation in the talks on setting up the peace talks. Similar problems have afflicted previous attempts to put together peace talks in Syria, and getting the rebels to even agree to attend usually takes protracted backdoor negotiations, meaning once again that the talks are looming with a very real possibility that the rebels aren't going to attend. The rebels are citing the ongoing military attacks on the Nusra Front, claiming they are violations, and that they won't talk if the ceasefire isn't in place. This disagreement stems from the wording of the ceasefire excluding UN-recognized terror groups. Though Nusra is a recognized terror group, they rebranded themselves under a new name over the summer, and the rebels argue that that makes them a completely different group. For nearly 40 years, Robertson Roberts brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals like gold and silver. They also take Bitcoin for precious metal purchases and have permanently removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Robertson Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports Republican members of the U.S. House of Representatives voted on Monday to strip the independents from the Office of Congressional Ethics, bringing the nonpartisan watchdog under the oversight of the House Ethics Committee, some of the people it is designed to keep an eye on. The House Ethics Committee will now have jurisdiction over the Office of Congressional Ethics, which will also be restricted from investigating anonymous tips against lawmakers, must keep information about investigations secret, and set a statute of limitations on how long the office can investigate members of Congress. The unexpected changes to the Office of Congressional Ethics are part of the House rules to govern the new Congress that representatives will vote on adopting on Tuesday, and represent a move some say will increase the chance for corruption and wrongdoing. Despite Speaker of the House Paul Ryan and House Majority Leader Representative Kevin McCarthy being opposed, the measure stripping the Office of Congressional Ethics of its independence was approved by an overwhelming 119-74 vote at the conference. The ethics panel was created after a series of corruption and lobbying scandals in Congress by Nancy Pelosi when she was Speaker of the House, and was maintained by former Speaker John Boehner to keep an eye on members of Congress. Before its creation, many had concerns that the House Ethics Committee was not strong enough in its pursuit of ethical violations. The rule, expected to be adopted on Tuesday, also sets a statute of limitations for Office of Congressional Ethics, restricting it from investigating reports older than the previous 3 Congresses, amounting to about a 6-year window. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Bitcoin Not Bombs. Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system and to fully capitalize on that decision in their fundraising efforts. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com. Reuters reports 4 miners died from chemical gas poisoning after a resident tried to fumigate a home in Amarillo, Texas with pesticide, according to fire officials. The 17-year-old was found dead at the scene, and 3 other children were transported to an area hospital where they later died, according to the Amarillo Globe News. The newspaper said, citing local fire officials, the pesticide that was used contained aluminum phosphide, a chemical that when mixed with water creates phosphine gas. Amarillo Fire Department Captain Larry Davis told local media this family may have been exposed for several days. There were 5 other people who had been exposed to the gas who were in stable condition at an Amarillo hospital, according to the newspaper. 1 other patient was transferred to a hospital in the Texas Panhandle city of Lubbock, and there was no additional information on the status of that person. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.